Before we get started, we wanted to shout out all of our awesome partners, including Hicks Chiks, Trinity Medical, Gregg Vet, Magnolia Bluff Casino, Weeks Furniture, and all of the awesome partners that you see on the screen right now. Make sure to do business with them, and we hope you enjoy the show. Hey guys, we're in the studio with my buddy CJ Solar and Mr. Rick Huckabee. How are you?
Doing great, man. Nice to meet you, Ron.
Yeah, good seeing y'all, man. CJ, you've been here to Natchez quite a few times
many
now.
times now.
Yeah, we've done some music and some shooting and all kind of stuff together here.
Little hog hunting.
Little hog hunting, that's right.
Yeah.
So we've got these guys in town tonight. This will air after, but you're gonna do a songwriter show for us tonight, all the way from Nashville.
Yes, sir.
When CJ reached out and said, "Hey man, we're gonna be in Louisiana on this date," and he'll always say, "Hey, we're close. If you want to add something in," I'm like, "Let's do it."
Yeah.
Man.
People around here love it, and it's always cool to be able to bring a taste of Nashville to Natchez.
It's a cool chance, and it's fun because the people they're listening and they're not. It's not quite like Nashville. Obviously, you get some tourists coming in that want to hear the songwriters, but it's cool to be able to get outside of town and just because it's not something people have a lot of, and get to play some of the songs you wrote for other people. And
Yeah, man.
I mean, Huck's been putting out music for however for quite a
decades.
while. So we get to sing some of our own tunes, sing some of the songs we wrote for other people. And, everyone's usually really supportive and excited whenever we get to come in.
Yeah, people around here, it's funny because CJ will be like, "Hey, man, I talked to Tucker." And I'm like, he's got all kind of friends here now.
Yeah, he does.
Like, I'm
Not
like,
surprised
man,
by that.
they didn't even put me in the loop. They got all kind of cool stuff happening. I'm like, man, am I invited too? They got,
you can sleep in the back of the truck.
That's right. Which has happened. But yeah, man, Rick, let's kind of dive in on you a little bit. And why don't you tell us where you're from and
Sure. My family's all from Baton Rouge, that area. I was born there, and my family's all from Louisiana, actually. My dad was from the Shreveport area. My mother's from Rapides Parish, and my brother and I were both born in Baton Rouge, but then we moved to West Virginia when I was in the 3rd grade. So I grew up there.
Okay.
And moved to Nashville in '96. So I've been there for quite a while now. And luckily, my mom and my brother moved there a few years after I did. So it's great having my family there. I've got nephews, and I'm a proud uncle, and love having them there. But it's a great place to live. I'm just glad that that they decided to move there when they did, and having them there with me touring and stuff like that. I luckily can go see them when I'm in town and they're not so far away. So it's great. But
that's awesome, man. So you went there in '96, and kind of walk us through, kind of a quick run through your career.
I went there in '96. I didn't know a soul. I mean, I moved there solely off of inspiration, and I worked construction for a couple of years, and the big break for me, early part in my career, was I started playing guitar for Tracy Lawrence, and through that, he took a liking to me as a songwriter, and he started cutting a lot of my songs, and that led to me getting a record deal with Warner Brothers in 2002, and so through that, it's so funny, I didn't really set out to be a songwriter when I moved there. I wanted to be a star or whatever, like everything else. It was so funny that songwriting is not only what got me in the business, but it's what's kept me in it for so many years. So you just never know the irony of it. And the best part about it is that you get to meet buddies like CJ, and I have a long list of friends of mine that from the songwriting community that I never would have met otherwise, and probably kept me in Nashville longer than I would have anticipated. So it hasn't gone like it's planned, but it's gone better. So
it never goes as planned.
I'm just lucky to still be doing it, man.
Yeah. Are you still playing with Tracy?
No.
Okay.
We're still really good friends. In fact, I talked to him just the other day.
Yeah.
I toured with him for about 6 years. Yeah. And then when he would be in spots, like if he did the Opry or TV things, I would come out and play with him like that. And he was always so sweet to invite me out for those kinds of things, but don't tour with him, full time like I used to, but we still remain friends. And gosh, what a good dude. He's cut many of my songs over the years.
I've gotten to know Joe a little bit. Caverly,
God, Country Joe.
Yeah, so
I
was in Lafayette at my buddy Jared Lane's concert down there, and he was opening up for Tracy. Well, we're in the back, and we're backstage, and I see this guy come off of Tracy's bus, and it was a guy, Gregg Ketchings from Natchez, and I'm like, he looks at me, and goes, the hell are you doing here? And I was like, what are you doing here? And anyway, he's like, oh man, they hunt on my land, this and that. And so anyway, long story, he introduced me to Joe and was like, hey, Ronnie writes songs and this and that. Well, Joe gave me his number. Was like, hey, when you're up in Nashville, let's hook up and we'll write some songs. Cool. Well, I called him one day and was like, Joe, I know you told me to call and write songs, but what if you played on this little album that we're putting together? And he was nice enough. He shredded the fiddle on that thing, man.
He's an incredible
He's a great
player.
dude.
Yes, he is an awesome guy too.
Yeah, he was very sweet. He played fiddle, mandolin, and a few other things for us. But he said Tracy loves to work.
He does.
He said, man, he's a grinder.
Yeah. He keeps trying to retire, but he won't do it.
Yeah,
yeah. He goes, we're going to back it down to 100 dates this year.
Yeah. That's so.
It's working.
Yeah, and CJ, you're from Baton Rouge. We've known each other for years, man.
Yeah,
going back
when I was like,
I know you when you were just yeah.
I mean, I think I had just moved to Nashville, or right before I moved to Nashville was about the time we met.
Yeah,
and we played the old listening room together, me, you, and Charlie.
We sure did.
Right around the time I had moved there, we did a song right around, which is crazy. I mean, that's like 14 years or something.
Yeah, it was in that it was in that long building.
It was in Cummin Station where they used to be, and man. And so I moved there, went to Belmont, graduated, signed at Brad Paisley's publishing company called Seagale, and had some cuts with Jared Neiman and Justin Moore, and a Jason Aldean cut, and then I was fortunate to have had Morgan Wallen's first #1 Up Down, and my buddy Jameson Rogers, who's a Mississippi cat, put out one of mine called Some Girls. That was a #1 in 2020. And I'm just put out my own tunes and trying to figure it all out, man, still. But having a great time and getting to play shows with dudes like Huck, and can't thank you enough for having us down
man,
this
thank
way.
you, Ronnie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. So what do y'all think? We were talking a little bit off air just about the craziness of the music business and how it's changes like every 30 minutes, it seems like. So nobody knows the answer, like you were saying earlier. But so what do you think, is next for you?
You want that one, C?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It definitely seems to be like, as much as we, fight having to be on the socials all the time, it's the best and one of the only ways to really get your stuff to the fans outside of live shows. But obviously, you get something that goes viral and you can get a song to 1 million people as opposed to playing 100 shows a year to 100 people. It's like it's going to take a long time to get to 1 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just the kind of growth that you can get on there, and I have high school kids hit me up all the time. They're like, man, I'm thinking about moving to Nashville. What should I do? And I'm like, man, get really good at whatever you want to do, writing songs, singing, whatever it is. Find a way to get your art on the internet and get it in front of as many faces as possible.
Yeah, it's good.
And you know what I mean? So it's like, because people are like, well, man, do I need a pub deal? Do I need this? Do I need a record deal? And I'm like, man, it's honestly not even worth chasing some of those things until you get a good little foundation going these days. So, obviously we've been doing it, and it's changed a lot on us in the even since I've been there. I signed my first pub deal in 2010, and the path used to be like, write some songs for some other people, have A&R people take note of you, have them become fans and want to give you a shot, give you a record deal, take a chance, go on the radio, see what happens. Yeah. But they're not really doing that anymore. It's like, hey, you got to go out and build your own base. Yeah. And then once it gets to a point where it's really popular, then it's worth, signing some record deals and some of those things. So you kind of just gotta you really, build your own little team of people that are close to you, or do almost everything as much as you can on your own before you start. Huck was telling me about that Tribes book.
Oh yeah, great book. Yeah.
And it's really about retaining ownership of your stuff and just trying to build your brand. Obviously, so much of the today, all business is really branding, but so much about music is just having your brand and figuring out what it looks like for you. You know what I mean?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like there's not really such a thing as like a artist development anymore, right?
No artist development.
They just you develop yourself, and when you get to that certain level, they're like, hey, we'll take you.
Even on the publishing side, there's really, for writers, there's not really any development. It's either you're generating income and they want a piece of it, and maybe they can help up that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They plug you in to
their
formula.
Plug you into their formula, see if it helps. But yeah, you kind of have to, you really got to develop yourself. And, as frustrating as that can be, maybe it's some plus sides to where you get to retain ownership. But, I mean, you kind of got to figure out almost all of it by yourself, and figure out how you want your music to sound, what you want all your your graphics to look like, on all of that stuff. So it can be difficult figuring those things out at first, but you just kind of got to
roll with it.
Roll with it, man. It is what it is. I tell people all the time, it's not going to change. It is what it is, no matter what business.
And who knows? TikTok could go away tomorrow.
Yeah.
Trump wins an election and bans it. Who knows? Who knows what could happen? Banning TikTok could be back on the table, but who knows? I mean, you don't know what the next one is, but you got to, whatever the latest thing is, you got to be on there, and you got to be trying to win on there. So
by the time of the election rolls, there'll be something new that we don't even know about today.
Probably so. Yeah.
But before we get out of here, I want, if it's okay with you guys, I'd love for you to play like a song each. But before we do that, I guess the last question, I'd like to just tell me a little bit about your musical influences.
Oh gosh, mine are probably so diverse. I mean, like I have really cool parents, and they loved a lot of different kinds of music. My dad loved R&B and rock and roll and soul music, and my mother loved country music, and we were encouraged to listen to all of it when we were kids. My first concert was Casey and the Sunshine Band, and then we went and saw Conway Twitty the next month. So so I had cool parents, man, and I got exposed to all that at an early age and was encouraged to listen to it. So as I got older, I just figured out what I liked and what I probably would get better at. But I'm a guitar guy, like CJ. I mean, we're into Rolling Stones and the Beatles and James Taylor and people like that. And then country music, like for me, it's Merle Haggard, and some of the icons are the people that I really look up to, the real singer-songwriters. So like any other artist, you're just a product of your influences, and you're trying to just develop it and make your own unique version of that. None of us are going to be that original. Not now. I mean, it's too late. So, hopefully you've just got a good pedigree and you can do your thing with it.
Yeah, take a little bit from everybody. Yeah. And, so CJ, I already know this answer, but a lot of people will hear CJ's music and they're like, man, he's got some rock in there. I'm like, I was like, CJ's a rocker.
Yeah, he is.
So, what would you say?
My parents, obviously, that's first place you hear a lot of music, and CCR, Skinner, Allman Brothers, a lot of that classic rock stuff was kind of like my first, music I loved and really wanted to play. I remember joking. Adam Sandler's Waterboy, Born on the Bayou was like my theme song as a little kid, partially from that movie. But I love me some Creedence. And then my parents actually took us up to Nashville when I was in middle school, and we went to the Opry. And I know that these guys aren't that old, but Blake Shelton, Dierks Bentley, and Brad Paisley were playing at the Opry when I was, 12. And I remember watching those cats and being like, man, I really like this stuff. I think that's what I want to do. So, that kind of put me on the path to finding out more about country music. And my grandma had loved, Willie and Merle and all those kind of the outlaw kind of cool stuff. Johnny Cash, big fans of those guys. So, and then I had a sister and an uncle who were both, about 10, 12 years older than me. And they loved like grunge. So the Nirvana and Soundgarden, all that stuff. So that's kind of my little 3 wheelhouses of music that I fell in love with as a relatively young kid. So, I like, obviously fitting grunge into your music as much as these goofy kids on TikTok want to say they're playing grunge country music now, and they're just like singing, weird little sad songs. But hey, if it's your niche, what it is, But I mean, I love kind of blending that classic rock with the country stuff, and that's kind of always what I've loved doing, and I feel like I'm trying to figure it all out. But having a good time doing it.
That's right, man. I wasn't expecting a Waterboy reference during this interview, but
hey, I can bring up I can reference Adam Sandler. I can reference old Bobby Boucher multiple times.
Bobby Boucher.
You got it down, CJ. You do.
Does Rick know about the band that almost took off, the Solar Heat?
I don't know. Me and my little brothers.
I don't know too much of the backstory of it.
You and your brothers, right?
Yeah,
it's my favorite band that never was.
That's right. A lot of people, a lot of people are asking for it to come back.
I know.
I think your brothers probably retired, didn't they?
Yeah, Cody, we had breakfast. It was actually it's their birthdays today.
Okay.
And Max in Denver and Cody's still in Baton Rouge, so we got brunch and. Yeah, they turned 29, but they retired at least 10 years ago, if not a little longer. When I moved to Nashville, they kind of didn't feel like carrying the old solar heat torch around Baton Rouge anymore.
What a great name, man!
I'm sold on the name.
I know.
Right now.
I'm buying a ticket just for that.
Talk them into
we had some pretty cheesy merchandise. I'm not gonna lie. Some shirts that have just a row of flames right there.
God, I wish I would have asked Cody about that this morning.
Oh man! So I guess what we'll do is we'll just kind of end with that, and we'll wrap up this. But then after the, I'm gonna put them playing a couple songs right after the interview. So give y'all a second to set up and all of that.
Sure.
And appreciate y'all coming out, man.
Thanks,
I'm looking forward to tonight. I'm looking forward to tonight. It's gonna be a great night, and you're always welcome here in Natchez.
Well, thank you, brother.
Oh, yeah.
What a cool
I've been joking, so I'm legit really focusing hard on TikTok and osmosis Instagram for like the next 6 months. My pub deal, I just picked up my last year of the current place I'm writing at. So I'm like, all right, I already got them paying me for the next 10 months. So I'm just going to like write a lot less and promote, which they own the publishing on pretty much all the new stuff I'm putting out. So I'm like, hey, look, guys, I'm in promote mode for the next year. So I'm going to just be, but I'm also going to so half the band is kind of hanging it up right now. Stevie and Jacob are kind of doing other things. Yeah. And Nick's having a kid this month. Yeah. Or December, he's having a kid. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to be doing acoustic stuff a lot the next couple months. So I'm going to be trying to come down and hang out, shoot some hogs, and shoot some content too. Yeah, let's do it. Because I'm really trying to just like put stuff on the socials, hang out, do just Well, I'm pretty sure you've got my code to the house. So just come in and out whenever you get ready. You got your room in there, and you're good, man. I would love to swing. Just let me know you're coming, so we don't shoot at you or anything. January or February, I'm gonna be swinging down and trying to just hang out, eat some good food, shoot some hogs. That you can do, for sure. Yeah, take a little time. I'm gonna call it a refuel time for just promoting the music, refueling, and writing writing significantly less than the 4 or 5 days a week I've been doing for the last 10 years. Well, that'll wear you out, man. But it's tiring. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Go follow these guys. How can we follow you? Are you on Facebook? I'm on Facebook, Instagrams. I'm your Huckabee, and anywhere you stream your music, just Rick Huckabee. You can find me. I'm your Huckabee? Yes, sir. Okay, and then is it at CJ Solar? Yeah, CJ Solar on everything. Okay. Yeah, easy peasy. All right, well, hang tight, and these guys will have some awesome music for you. God bless everybody watching this, and as always, have a champion day. Hey, y'all, CJ Solar here. I'm going to play a song of mine called Airplane that was actually inspired by Mississippi and written with my good buddies Rick Huckabee and Weston Davis. It goes a little something like this. Way out here where the blacktop meets the dirt, we can fan the flame without saying a word. Just the moon, the stars in your eyes like fireworks. Every time we move it in real close, sparks start to fly, raging out of control. We got this down on a map of place. Girl, I bet you could see it from an airplane. We got two hearts on fire, breathing higher and higher, from ashes to embers to full-on flame. Girl, I bet you could see it from an airplane. Keep pulling them kisses on me. They're just like sweet gasoline. With your body up against mine, I can barely take the heat. Yeah. Every time we move
close. Sparks start to fly, raging out of control. We ain't got this down on the map of place. Girl, I bet you could see it from an airplane. We got two hearts on fire, breathing higher and higher. From ashes to embers to full-on flame. Girl, I bet you could see it from an airplane. Smoke clears and we're all out of wine, knocking on dawn's early light. Baby, who says we can't strike a match twice?
Yeah. Woo! Man. Hey. What's up, y'all? This is Rick Huckabee here, dropping his pick. Yeah. That's me. That's me. That's right. This is a song that I wrote with my pal Michael White. This is about a pawn shop, and it's the title track of a record that I did a few years ago called Pistols and Diamonds. This is the title track, Pistols and Diamonds. I only ask the questions they say I gotta ask. Tell me it ain't stolen. Walk away with cold hard cash. I'll take microwaves, buck knives, mint condition baseball cards, stereos, chainsaws, and I always need guitar. The pistols and diamonds, they keep the lights on. Just as fast as they come in, man, they're long gone. They all got their reason. Everybody needs one. They're so beautiful and dangerous, laying there shining. Pistols and diamonds. I move a lot of TVs, the ones in front are like brand new. Do good with golf clubs and anything from World War II. I once sold a pair of gloves signed by a young Ali. A rhinestone leather jumpsuit that was last worn by the king. The pistols and diamonds, they keep the lights on. Just as fast as they come in, man, they're long gone. They all got their reason. Everybody needs one. They're so beautiful and dangerous, laying there shining. Pistols and diamonds. Wedding rings, 45s, polished up side by side. Making me an offer, I'll treat you right. They all got their reasons. Everybody needs one. Yeah, I paid cash for that Cadillac I'm driving. I don't know what it means, but someone's always buying pistols and diamonds. There you go. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Shout out all of our awesome partners, including Hicks Chiks, Trinity Medical, Gregg Vet, Magnolia Bluff Casino, Weeks Furniture, and all of the awesome partners that you see on the screen right now.
Hi, my name's Tammy Farrington. I am the Director of Surgery at Trinity Medical, and I'd like to welcome you to the surgery department.
Hi, I'm Shannon. I'm a pre-op nurse in the surgery department at Trinity Medical. If you're planning to have elective surgery, you may be searching for a place to provide your treatment. At Trinity Medical, we provide high-quality treatment with a family atmosphere that makes you feel at home. We specialize in several surgical services including general surgery, gastroenterology, ear, nose, and throat, urology, ophthalmology, and cardiology. Trinity Medical provides services for some of the top surgeons in the Miss Lou area. Our surgeons are also available for clinic evaluation of your medical care prior to any of your surgical needs. This allows you to decide who you're comfortable with for your procedure. From the moment you arrive until the moment you're discharged, our highly trained staff are by your side to provide you with comfort and care that matters. Our surgical team at Trinity Medical is here to serve you.
Hey guys, Ronnie Calhoun here with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. We want to tell you about our awesome partner, Dr. Gregg and Gregg Veterinary Hospital. Gregg Veterinary Hospital has been providing comprehensive, reliable, cutting-edge veterinary services to pets in the Miss Lou since 2002. They welcome pets of all shapes and sizes who are in need of emergency treatment or who require routine medical, surgical, and dental care. Dr. Gregg and his team offer a long list of services, including in-house laboratory diagnostics, digital x-ray, soft tissue, orthopedic surgery, dental care, extractions, laser surgery, laser therapy, preventative health, and wellness plans. And if you need grooming and boarding services, they do that too. So call Gregg Veterinary Hospital today.
Hi, it's Shannon with Miss Lou Champion Spotlight. If you like what we're doing, be sure to follow, like, share, and even comment on all our content. Also, visit MissLouChampions.com to sign up for our newsletter and to receive other information, as well as the opportunity to receive some awesome prizes. Thank you, Miss Lou, for your continued support, and as always, have a champion day.